When you write a story, you are not working with reality, even though your story might play off in the world that we live in. You are creating another world, an artificial world with the same things that you find in our world. Hi, I'm Isaac, and this is how to write your screenplay, a step-by-step guide. When you write a story, you are not working with reality. The difference between our world and the world that you create is that you create everything. You create that world. You create those characters. You create what is happening to them, who they are, and what they are. But it is based on us. And there is where the problem comes in. Creating that artificial world in which your characters live might look easy. Creating that story might look easy when you read books or when you watch films. But it is not always that easy because there's a lot of things to keep track of, a lot of things to think about. Because even though you create an artificial world, you create people like us. People with the same feelings, the same emotions, the same fears, the same love, the same everything, just like we are. But you might create certain things in one character and other things in another character. But the basis deep down in your character is the same. And that is what makes storytelling so difficult. It is set in our world. Even though you are creating a world on paper or on screen, your characters is like us. And because they are like us, you have to work carefully with who they are, what they do, why they do things, and why they don't like to do things. Even though your characters are forced to do things in your story, things which they normally would not do, or things which they would normally do under normal circumstances because of who they are. That depends on the characteristics of the character. Your story is made up of a lot of things, just like in real life. When you look at these streets on this video, it seems as if nothing is going on in these streets. But you don't know what is going on behind the doors of the houses in the street. Behind those doors, you might find that people are angry. You might hear shouting, but you won't have any idea why they are shouting at each other. You don't know how it started. And the same it is with your characters. Things happen to your characters, and you must create that situation that brought your characters to that time and space in the story where things happen. When you look at our streets, you might see two people arguing on a pavement. You came down on that argument halfway, quarter way through, or almost at the end. You don't really know what happened. So as a writer, you would try to fill in those gaps. But to fill in those gaps, you need to know certain things about people. And that's very important. You can stand there and say, if it's a man and a woman, the man was probably cheating and now the woman is angry. If the man was cheating, how did the woman find out about it? If the man was cheating, what caused the man to cheat? See, it's not always that easy to say straightforward. And to get to that story of why the man was cheating, you would have to go back in time. Think about what could have happened that forced that man to cheat or made that man to cheat. Maybe it was that his woman didn't give him attention, didn't really care about him as a person, and he looked for love somewhere else, someone who'd comfort him, cherish him, all those things. And when you make up that story, you try to imagine what happened. You are creating that story. And to finish that story or create that story, you need details. You need information. You create that information that you don't have according to what you think might have happened. Writing a story is the same. Your characters do things because of different reasons. They don't do things because of different reasons. But deep down, there are something that make us do things. So it is with your characters. Hi, I'm Isaac, and this is how to write your screenplay, a step-by-step guide. In the next episode, we will take a closer look at the elements involved in narrative. Until then, enjoy your writing, no matter how difficult it seems to be.